Welcome back to Rise Daily US. If you are tired of living a life of unfulfilled potential, if you are sick of making excuses and falling short of your goals, this video is your ultimate wake-up call. Today, we are tearing down the comfortable illusion of motivation and breaking down the cold blueprint of ruthless discipline. It's time to stop negotiating with your weaknesses, stand your ground, and become absolutely unstoppable. Let's begin. The world is full of people who want the prize, but completely refuse to pay the price. Every single day, millions of individuals wake up, scroll through their phones, watch a quick video, and feel a temporary spark of inspiration. They tell themselves, "Today's the day I change my life. Today is the day I start the business, hit the gym, study the course, or break the bad habits." But within 48 hours, that spark completely dies out. The alarm rings at 5 a.m. Reality hits them like a physical brick wall, and they immediately retreat back into the comfortable safety of their warm beds. Why? Because motivation is nothing but a magnificent illusion. Motivation is an emotional feeling, and feelings are inherently unreliable, fragile, and temporary. If you only execute your tasks when you feel motivated, you are guaranteeing a life of absolute mediocrity. The elite do not rely on motivation. The top 1% of achievers in this world operate on something infinitely more powerful: unyielding, cold, and ruthless discipline. Discipline means doing what you are fundamentally required to do, even when you hate every single second of doing it. It means forcing your body and mind to operate at maximum capacity when you are exhausted, when you are in pain, and when your inner voice is screaming. Pain is the ultimate barrier that separates the dreamers from the achievers. When you push your boundaries, pain will inevitably show up. It will show up in the form of burning muscles, mental fatigue, financial stress, or profound isolation. Average minds view pain as a definitive red light, a signal to stop, slow down, and turn back around. But champions view pain as the ultimate validation of growth. Pain is the exact point of victory. Pain is where your old, weak self is being systematically destroyed to make room for the person you are destined to become. You must learn to embrace the darkness, fall in love with the struggle, and welcome the pain as your greatest teacher. Look around you. Society has become dangerously soft. We live in an era of instant gratification, where everything can be ordered with a single click, and comfort is worshipped like a god. People have lost the ability to suffer, to endure, and to fight. They want the executive position without the years of late-night grinds. They want the athletic physique without the grueling, repetitive workouts. They want the financial freedom without the terrifying risk of failure. But nature operates on a strict law of absolute balance. You cannot bypass the harvest of suffering. Greatness was forged in the fires of immense adversity. If your life is easy, comfortable, and predictable right now, you are actively rotting away in a state of stagnant decay. You need to willingly step out of your comfort zone, seek out challenges, and intentionally put yourself in environments that test your mental fortitude. The bridge between your current reality and your ultimate potential is built entirely out of sacrifice. You cannot keep your current lazy habits and expect an extraordinary destiny. Something has to give. You have to sacrifice your short-term pleasure for long-term power. You have to sacrifice the late-night parties, the mindless video game hours, the useless gossip, and the toxic relationships that are secretly anchoring you to the bottom. It is a lonely path, without a doubt. When you decide to elevate your life, the people around you will start to look at you differently. They will call you crazy or obsessed. They will try to pull you back down into the collective crab bucket of their own mediocrity, because your relentless drive forces them to look at their own pathetic lack of execution. Let them talk. Your isolation is not a punishment. It is your ultimate training ground. Your mind is a battlefield. And right now, the enemy is winning because you have allowed your self-doubt, your laziness, and your excuses to dictate your daily actions. Every single time you hit the snooze button, every single time you skip a workout, every single time you procrastinate on your business plan, you are actively voting for your own failure. You are telling the universe that your immediate comfort is more important than your long-term legacy. It is time to draw a definitive line in the sand. It is time to wake up, look at yourself directly in the mirror, and declare absolute war on your weaknesses. Stop waiting for the perfect circumstances. Stop waiting for the right mood. And stop waiting for someone to come save you. Nobody is coming to save you. No one is going to do the push-ups for you. No one is going to write the code for you. And no one is going to build your dream for you. You are entirely on your own. Pick up your sword, stand your ground, and get to work. To build an unbreakable life, you must understand discipline. Discipline is a physical, mental muscle that must be aggressively trained every single day through small, intentional acts of execution. If you cannot control your actions for the first 30 minutes of your morning, you will never be able to control your destiny for the next 30 years of your life. The battle begins the exact millisecond your alarm goes off. That is your very first micro test of the day. Wake up instantly. Your primitive brain will immediately try to negotiate with you. It will make up rational excuses. You worked hard yesterday. You need more sleep. You can start tomorrow instead. That negotiation is the exact moment where 95% of human beings fail. You must completely shut down the negotiation process. Do not think, do not analyze, and do not feel. Act like a cold, calculated machine. Win the first battle. Once you master the morning, you must develop a warrior mindset towards your daily execution. A warrior does not look at the size of the mountain and complain about the steep climb. A warrior simply focuses entirely on placing the next step with absolute precision and maximum force. Break your grand vision down into small, daily, non-negotiable targets. Execute your daily targets with perfect consistency every single day. If you want to build a massive global business, your target today is not to make $1 million. Your target today is to spend 4 uninterrupted hours writing your code, calling your clients, or refining your product. The problem is that most people are completely obsessed with the ultimate finish line, but they completely despise the daily running of the track. You must learn to love the boring, repetitive, and unglamorous work. True strength is revealed when the initial excitement wears off. Anyone can work hard when the project is brand new, when the energy is high, and when people are actively cheering them on. That is easy. But what happens when you are 3 months into the journey? The novelty has completely faded. You are exhausted. You haven't seen a single dollar of profit yet, and you are sitting completely alone in an empty room at midnight. That exact dark space is where empires are built. That is where your character is tested, refined, and validated. If you can maintain the exact same level of hyperfocus, work ethic, and intensity during the dark, silent phases as you did on day 1, you become completely unstoppable. You develop a psychological edge over your competition because you know deep in your soul that you can outsuffer, outwork, and outlast anyone. Stop seeking validation, appreciation, or applause from the outside world. The masses are fundamentally blind to the reality of execution. They only see the final trophy, the luxury lifestyle, the smooth success, and they attribute it all to random luck, genius, or genetics. They have absolutely no concept of the thousands of invisible hours you spent sweating in the dark, the tears of frustration, or the mental breakdowns. Your execution should be entirely self-validated. You don't need a crowd to cheer you on to do your duty. Let your work ethic speak for itself. Build your castle brick by brick in absolute silence, away from the digital noise and the superficial validation of social media likes. The absolute most terrifying individual in any marketplace is the one who is completely silent, completely focused, and completely detached from approval. You must stop lying to yourself through your elaborate excuses. An excuse is nothing but a well-crafted lie that your ego creates to protect you from the painful realization of your own lack of execution. You say you don't have enough time, but you spend 3 hours a day scrolling mindlessly through short-form social videos. You say you don't have enough capital, but you spend hundreds of dollars on luxury things. The problem is not your external resources. The problem is your total lack of internal resourcefulness. Own your reality. Accept total accountability for your life. If you are broke, it is your fault. If you are out of shape, it is your fault. If you are stuck in a dead-end position, it is your fault. The moment you accept total accountability is the exact moment you reclaim the absolute power to change your life forever. We are all rapidly marching toward a definitive expiration date. Time is the only currency in this universe that can never be earned back, renegotiated, or refunded. Every single heartbeat that passes is a tick of the clock bringing you closer to your final breath. When you lie on your deathbed, at the very end of your journey, looking back at the decades you spent on this planet, what kind of movie do you want to see play out? Do you want to see a tragic film of regret, filled with missed opportunities, cowardice, unfulfilled potential, and unexecuted dreams? Do you want to pass away knowing that you let your fears, your laziness, and your excuses dictate your entire human experience? Or do you want to see an epic masterpiece of a life well lived, a film filled with massive risks taken, monumental obstacles crushed, and an absolute refusal to break? Becoming unstoppable requires a complete shifting of your identity. You must stop identifying as someone who tries to do things, and start identifying as someone who explicitly conquers things. A person who tries is always looking for an exit strategy, a convenient excuse to stop when the path gets too rough. But a conqueror views an obstacle not as a reason to turn around, but as a physical structure that must be demolished. When you face a mountain, you don't look for an easier path around it. You climb directly over the jagged rocks until you stand victorious at the absolute peak. This absolute shift in mindset alters your entire physical presence. Your confidence skyrockets, your focus narrows like a laser beam, and your execution becomes completely relentless. Fear loses its grip over your mind because you take aggressive action against it. Let the pain of your past become the fuel for your future. Many of you have survived heavy betrayals, massive financial disasters, heartbreaking losses, or toxic environments that left you feeling completely broken and defeated. You have two choices with that pain. You can let it turn you into a permanent victim who spends the rest of their life crying, or you can take that raw emotional pain and burn it inside your inner furnace. Do not argue with them. Do not seek revenge. And do not waste your breath trying to prove your worth to them. Your absolute, staggering, and undeniable success will be the ultimate response. Build a reality so massive and powerful that your past self becomes an absolute stranger compared to the titan you are today. True legacy is built by outliving your physical lifespan through the impact of your work. It is about excellence. When your children, your family, or your community look at your daily actions, they should see a living blueprint of what a human being is capable of achieving when they refuse to compromise with mediocrity. They should see an unbroken spirit that stands tall in the face of the heaviest storms. You owe it to your ancestors who suffered before you, and you owe it to the family that relies on your strength today. You owe it to the infinite potential locked inside your own soul to maximize every single second of your existence. Stop playing small in a universe that is completely infinite. This is your final wake-up call. The clock is ticking. The battlefield is ready, and your life is waiting for you to command it. Take immediate control of your mind. Silence the inner critic. Execute your daily targets with ruthless consistency. When the alarm goes off tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., do not hesitate. Do not negotiate, and do not compromise. Stand up instantly. Step into the arena of execution and dominate your day. You have greatness locked inside your veins, but greatness will never unlock itself through passive waiting. It must be violently extracted through aggressive, disciplined action. Stand tall, stay focused, and become completely unstoppable.